don't have a style of play. Things feel very disjointed in Atlanta. Trae Young makes a basket, but it doesn't necessarily lead to the team's success collectively. The fans don't know what to cheer for at times. Whoever they just got really excited about picking, it's going to lean to a style and hopefully the team being more unified out there on the court.
Yeah, and to Jay's point, they need rim protection. They're 27th in defensive efficiency, 24th in defense on ball screens, 29th in transition defense, and 25th in rim protection.
Okay, Richard.
What?
I mean,
Which is abnormal. It's abnormal under Quinn Snyder, though, who obviously, had Gobert for so much of his tenure, but we usually see a more defensive prowess from his team.
Well, and that's one of the things that they brought him in for. They brought him in to try and improve the overall defense. It still hasn't worked, but I don't know if there's a collective buy-in as a group. That's the issue, and we saw when Trae Young was out, DeJounte Murray was playing, and how the team played. That just only fueled the fire, and then they get gifted the #1 pick with a 3% chance, and now they have it's a great place to be in, but it also complicates things a little bit more.
It looks like we have at least one Hawks fan in the building.
All of us are in the building in Atlanta.
Wait, no, there's 3 total and some berets to go with it. You think that's to welcome in potentially Zaccharie Risacher?
And this is the thing, we talk about defense and rim protection, but you can also up your defense by having enthusiastic perimeter defenders. And so when you think about Zaccharie Risacher, what's going on?
After chugging that beer, those two guys aren't French.
What do they need? Wine?
Sacre bleu.
They need a little bit of wine. Maybe an afternoon cappuccino.
I'm just glad they're here, repping the city.
Repping the city, wondering who is going to be joining him in their city in Atlanta as they are on the clock with the #1 pick. We are hearing they are getting close. Obviously, we just saw the draft headquarters where some exciting phone calls were potentially made. If you're moving down the checklist, though, for Atlanta, obviously DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, their futures at the top. What are you looking at next year?
There's a lot with this team. Again, they have wing players if you're talking about Atlanta, but again, I think this is a situation, the best player in this draft, go get and figure out the rest. That is the position that they were gifted in. That's the position they have to maximize.
Well, the pick is in. NBA commissioner has the envelope in his hand. Let's head to the podium and see who is the #1 pick in the 2024 NBA draft.
With the first pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zaccharie Risacher from Lyon, France, and France's JL Bourg-en-Bresse.
More celebratory drinks going around for the second straight year. A player representing France goes #1 overall as Zaccharie Risacher, the 19-year-old, is headed to Atlanta. He says that as long as he can remember, he was in the gym. His dad, of course, was an Olympic silver medalist with France, a 6-time French League All-Star. His sister was the MVP of the U16 European Championship last summer. And fellow Frenchman Victor Wembanyama, he says that he probably doesn't know anybody more talented than Zaccharie Risacher in this draft, Jay.
Well, we talked about his versatility, Malika. He's a two-way wing that is a very confident shooter. He shoots just under 40% from 3, and he's rangy on both ends of the floor. I like the way he moves without the ball, and he can cut off the ball. And with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, that's going to be an important factor. He's talented and has a lot of potential. I wouldn't call him an explosive athlete, but he's a good athlete, and he's not really a creator, but he's a talented player that can play on both ends of the floor for the Atlanta Hawks.
We've talked about Atlanta and their defensive struggles. Zaccharie Risacher is an active, intelligent defender. He's enthusiastic on that side, and he can defend 1 through 4, so he also helps Atlanta's defense. He's electric in transition, who can run with Trae Young if they keep Trae.
Of course, he's the recipient of the Best Young Player of the French League this past season as he gets his moment with the commissioner, Adam Silver. Let's bring back in our draft expert, Jonathan Gaboni, to walk a little bit more through his game.
Malika, every NBA team is looking for a wing player like Zaccharie, 6'10" in shoes, 8'11" standing reach with an excellent frame, has a feel for the game, competitiveness, and versatility defensively to guard all over the floor. His team, JL Bourg, had the #1 ranked defense in the French League and Euro Cup. They asked him to guard everybody from point guards to power forwards. You don't see this very often from a teenager playing against this level of competition. 45 dunks this season, more than any wing player in this class. 39% three-point shooter. Risacher started in a EuroLeague game as a 16-year-old. Now he needs to improve his